Hey guys, how y'all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Shokugeki no Souma no Sara, or you could call it Food Wars the Second Plate. Now, this episode right here, episode 11, really nice, not too bad. I'm actually pretty happy to see how things are going, but as the usual, the episode felt really fast in a certain way, you know? Well, that's just me in other cases, so if anything else, let us just get this started. Okay, at the beginning of the episode, after much about Yukihira's omelet making, Kurokiba say he can make it better, and we have to it that everyone's gonna be doing this thing called the Stachia. I think it's called Stachia. Sorry if I mispronounce it. It's just really hard for me to pronounce a French word possibly, but it means resident. We have to it that they just have to go in the kitchens and make a big impression, and just pass the overall thing in 1 week in a certain way. Hayama, Kurokiba, and Yukihira Soma finds this pretty simple, but Shiomi Senpai or Shiomi says there's one criteria you have to do. You have to make a visible mark or leave something behind that supposed to make a big difference possibly, which is told later in the episode, which I told you a little bit earlier. And we have to it that the first Stachia test is going with doubles, and we have to it that Yukihira Soma is teamed up with Arato, and she is pretty very, how am I supposed to say it, hostile towards him. Of course, there is a reason why. Those of you who even watched the first season should understand. And if you didn't, why the hell are you even here? Not to be rude or anything, or be a stupid a-hole about it, if anything. So we have to it that Arato and Yukihira Soma are working together, although we have that Arato was very reluctant and told Yukihira Soma off that I could do this easily. But Yukihira Soma asked her, have you done something to a point where you seen an endless stream of customers or something? That's why Yukihira Soma asked her, have you dealt with an endless stream of customers over the overpopulated customers in a restaurant? Have you ever dealt with that? Hisako realizes that after seeing a lot of customers running in, after they finished the first one, which they all left early, they had to take care of the next one, which is really terrible. Even Arato's like, what the heck's going on here? But we have to it that Yukihira Soma somehow adapted to this and managed to make the restaurant look good, to a good point. And we have to it that Yukihira Soma asked Arato to do a couple things here and there, and she does not like the sound of that, and she really is upset about it. Not to mention Megumi is teamed up with the God's Tongue, Erina-sama, and apparently she refuses not to do any dishes, but she actually had a different role to play. And this guy's like, you're just a little cocky Totsuki student. Just what the hell are you, That kind of thing. I'm thinking in my mind, does this guy not know who this girl is? I am pretty shocked and surprised to see to it that he never heard a damn rumor about the God's Tongue. Or Erina Nakari, dude. Oh man, if you've not heard of her, you've been living under a rock for a while, because the whole entire world of Shokugeki no Souma knows Erina anyway by her tongue. But we have to it that going back to Arato and Yukihira Soma, it seems like Soma is really concerned about this, except Arato has no problem. Going back to Erina Nakari, she literally took over the entire restaurant of the Stachia where she's working at with Megumi. Although Megumi's not really doing much, but she does play a small role later, which is really, really important, because we have to it that after what's been happening, she even asked the chef, hey, how about you and I talk about a couple issues, huh? How about it? Mind if we talk this out or make any adjustments? And the main chef just bows down to her, realizing that she's making a giant change. Obviously, just by looking at Erina, she's just, wow, dude. And we have to it that going back to Ato and Souma, Souma says, "Are you sure this is the? Are you sure this is gonna be the way it is? Are you happy the way how it's supposed to be? I think this restaurant has to change." Yukihiro Souma said so himself. Even Ato's like, "I don't know what the heck you're talking about," you know, that kind of thing. It's like they tell you something and you have this reaction, go like, "I don't know what you're saying. Everything seems to be running smoothly." But Arato realizes the next day, and the moment it came, it seems like she goes like, "Hold up, if we leave here," someone goes like, "Exactly, this restaurant will be the way it was back then, like endless customers, all the chefs will die and not make any progress at all." So that's why they hold an emergency meeting, you know. At first they want to cut back on the menu, Arato's suggestion, but Yukihiro Soma made another suggestion, which makes a giant improvement in a giant role it played, you know, which I'll get to just a second. But I want to go back to Megumi right now because she had a role to play too. She saw some vegetables and some sauce on some dishes and realizes that she wanted to talk to the chef and make a couple changes, you know, and so forth. Although the chef hates the girl because he feels like she's going against him too, but she's making an opinion. But Erina goes like, hey, let her talk, okay? And so forth. And therefore, realizing the customer's been going on, it's been pretty surprising. Not to mention about like, how am I supposed to say it? Erina's like, wow, this girl just finally figured out something useful just by washing the dishes. That's pretty surprising, don't you think? I'm thinking in my mind, obviously. And we have to it that Yukihiro Soma feels bad for the customers, but how about you make reservations, you know? It'll make things simple as that. And they were kind of like reluctant to do so. But I'm thinking in my mind, you gotta make reservations, okay? Even all you guys who've been watching this episode should already know. Us manga readers should know, because you try to deal with that giant group again without those two again, you're not gonna make any difference. And no progress at all. And we have to it that after the suggestion of reservation spots, it actually worked out pretty greatly. And we have to it that Arato and Soma passed the first stagiaire, you know, which is very good because they left a visible mark, you know, which is this visible mark is supposed to make a change or something that you're supposed to give to the restaurant or leave something behind that you said that you are here, not something that, okay, I'm here and then I went and they forget you, you know. You gotta leave something behind that is, how am I supposed to say, telling them that you changed this restaurant, you know what you're doing, you solved the problem, and so forth. That is what the visible mark exactly means to anime onlys, to let all you know. And apparently we have to it that Megumi and Erina does have a little small talk with each other in Erina's limo, but apparently she said when she mentions Soma's name, she goes into a bad mood, and Megumi asks like, "Where's Arato? She was always with you, right?" But apparently Erina's really upset about this, you know, going, "Oh, where is she? Where is she?" That kind of thing. Well, that facial expression shows it, the way how I perceive it. But I'll also like to mention when Arato talks to Soma about her problem, Soma says, "Shouldn't you like go and grab that achievement or whatever goal you want to meet without caring about appearances?" After Arato told Soma about her problem, you know, that kind of thing, Arato realizes like Soma tells her, "Yo, instead of staying behind her, you should stand beside her. That will make it better." I'm pretty sure she would want that too. After a talk and giving her a manga collection book, which Soma promised to let Erina take a look and read, which is apparently subtitled like it's from someone from Soma's dorm, which is somewhat of a minor spoiler of who gave it to her and so forth. And we have to it that like Soma felt the same way too, and he wants to like explore outside his Yukihira cooking. And after the credits, we get to see one person again, and that guy is, oh man, all I know is he's from like in the first season, and we have to it that it's gonna get all crazy good again, because like this is where like the things are gonna get really tense, you know? As Yukihiro Soma's trying to wonder where's his next location, all you anime owners will be surprised. Although that ending scene I mentioned might have spoiled it already. Although if you stay towards the end, it should be a little obvious. But the next episode, here we go, man. So until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll be sure to see you guys next time. Peace out. Bye bye.